The following is a presentation of the Greater Ontario Hockey League.
The town of Fort Erie is one of Niagara's fastest growing communities with ample developments, making it a beautiful place to call home. And on the ice, Fort Erie has developed several young bright stars.
Let's go Meteors! Let's go! Let's go Meteors! Let's go!
Welcome to the Fort Erie Leisure Plex for tonight's Greater Ontario Hockey League Spotlight Game, powered by Collins Clothiers, between the Fort Erie Meteors and the St. Catharines Falcons. The St. Catharines Falcons roll into Fort Erie after defeating the Pelham Panthers 5-3 at home, keeping the hockey club unbeaten in regulation time this season. A big addition this year for St. Catharines has been welcoming home Sam Lockyer. The Garden City native has 17 points in 12 games, with 9 of them coming on the man advantage. Lockyer skated 100 games with the Collingwood Blues before returning home to join the Falcons this year. The goaltending duo of Jacob Saranik and Owen Papp have been terrific to start the season. Saranik, a returning Falcon, sees the game well and is able to give his team a chance to win with every start. Saranik will get the nod tonight under the spotlight. For the hometown Fort Erie Meteors, their power play is the top of the Eastern Conference. With Sam Tonelli just getting better and better each night for Fort Erie, there's no shock at why this power play is so consistent. Tonelli leads the GOHL in power play points with 11 and comes into tonight's spotlight game just 2 goals away from 20 career power play markers. Fort Erie is also excited to welcome back veteran Colton Radford. The smart, quick playmaking forward has 2 points in his first 2 games and will be a big piece of this year's Meteor lineup. Radford will skate on the top line with Tonelli and Adamo. Finn Moffat is starting to heat up for Fort Erie at the right time, as he's got 5 out of a possible 6 points in his last 3 starts. Moffat will start tonight for the Mets, where he gets the chance to play against his hometown St. Catharines Falcons. The St. Catharines native has a record of 4-1-2 this season. Prior to puck drop tonight, we were able to catch up with St. Catharines first-year captain Mitch Dimitrow and Fort Erie's veteran leader, Rylan Masterson, in tonight's Collins Clothiers Captain's Comments.
I think every time you wake up to play St. Catharines, it's always got an extra pop there, and just goes back to that rivalry, and losing on top of it last year here to them in the finals adds a whole lot of extra play. Like every year we're quick, right? We can fly up and down the ice, no problem. We had a veteran D corps too, which helps us a lot with protecting our blue line, protecting our goalie. And we had some young guys that are ready to show what they got, and they're starting to bring it. So that'll help us a lot down the road.
We just know we're going to get up against these guys because they're going to get up for us. So it's fun like that. Both teams are going to bring it, and we're just happy to have a good rivalry in this league. We have a good young group of forwards, and our D is pretty veteran in the back end. So I think both those sides work well together, having a young team, but also a veteran core as well. And I think everyone knows the role so far early in the year, and that's big to where we're sitting at right now.
This game has been circled on both teams' calendars since the schedule was released. The last time these two teams met here in Fort Erie, St. Catharines skated off with the Tyson Downs Cup as Eastern Conference champions. Well, tonight, Rylan Masterson of the Mets look for revenge. Get ready for the rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Championship Series, and it's a spotlight game on a Saturday night at the Plex. Puck drop is next on 519 Sports. He'll get it on his forehand. Far hash mark, tries to chip it past. Good defensive play. Trying to get it on goal. Good stop. Loose puck on the goal line, and it stays out. Into the slot. Follow-up attempt at Saranik. He makes a tremendous rebound save. Far side of the ice for Fort Erie. Valancourt, like Poirier, also playing at his first game against his former team. Is a big hit on the far side, delivered by the former Falcon. Trying to get it to Mostify. That shot comes to the near side off the blocker. Kept in by Battassini as he gets delivered and sent down to the ice by Hunter Coley. Zimmerman now tries to throw that one out front. Intercepted, delivered to Atkinson. Atkinson has Swan to his left. Good backhand pass. The shot tipped on goal, right through the 5-hole. He scores. Swan, a nice assist, but it's Atkinson who gets a stick on it. And the Falcons strike first. They lead 1-0. A simple dish off and a shot from Swan. It's his first GOHL point on the apple. And Atkinson strikes first to lift the Falcons up in this one. Mustafi able to get the puck back in. Schonbacher near side, top of the near circle. Lockyer takes the shot, tried to go upstairs. Rebound on goal, and it's underneath Finn Moffat with exactly 11 minutes to go in the period. Couple of Meteors battling, couple of Falcons on the far side. Bell able to play it up top. Walk in the line. Elliott, far side. Takes the shot. Good block, though, from the captain, Masterson. 10 seconds to go in the game's first power play. Near side, the one-timer. Great block, Thorpe, and that one stung him. Thorpe has to stay on. Barely able to get to his feet. He's back up. Near side, Arnold. Again, another great block. What an effort from Cameron Thorpe. Behind the line, Danny Adamo to Tonelli. The shot blocked. Cressman will pinch in. 90 seconds to go in the opening period. Nice feed out front into the slot. He scores! Danny Adamo ties the hockey game up under the spotlight, and it's 1-1 at the Plex. A tired St. Catharines line, and the 40 Erie Meteors make them pay. Nice pass out front, and Danny Adamo gets it done. His 9th of the season. We're all knotted up at 1. Thorpe into the middle. Able to get it near side for Coley. Coley the shot, big rebound into the slot. Zimmerman follow-up attempt, but Saranac able to keep the door shut. And in between the periods here in Fort Erie, the future Fort Erie Meteors, the U8 Meteors take to the ice. And as they try to fire up the crowd, what a partnership between the Fort Erie Meteors and the Greater Fort Erie Minor Hockey Association right here at the Plex. Future stars take to the ice under the spotlight. A couple of Fort Erie Meteors joining the youngsters on the ice. Of course, Easton Poirier, a guy who lit up minor hockey, gets to relive some of his minor hockey days and put a smile on these youngsters' faces.
They adopted the Meteor name, over 15 years ago, but this year we decided to share a logo, which I think is a big thing. So, they got matching jerseys almost identical to ours, and it's a great buzz around this rink right now, and it looks great. So to have the U8 team out here, which is a new program in Fort Erie, something we haven't had in years, to get them out here and, some alumni, got some kids on the team, and it was just overall, really nice to have them out here, and we'll be at their practices and stuff. So it's a great group here, Fort Erie Minor Hockey, and we've been doing a good job.
Moves it up quickly. 2-on-1 for Fort Erie. Cunningham going to the goal, able to feed it to him, and he almost batted that one in. Cunningham. What a hand-eye coordination from 25, white, black, and orange, but just couldn't tuck that one in. And he'll dump that one in, but that one will only go a couple feet away from the bench. And now Petrovsky in all alone. Petrovsky takes the shot, scores! Calvin Petrovsky makes Fort Erie pay on a bad change, and his 4th of the season restores the 1-goal St. Catharines lead. A veteran gets it done here under the spotlight. The assistant captain makes it 2-1. Liam Kerr turns the puck over. Back to the near side. Mustafi tries to give it out. That one through Lockyer wide. Mustafi has it back behind the goal. To Lockyer on the doorstep. Great stop by Finn Moffat, though. As Lockyer gets shoved to the ice by Coley, but nothing going to come here as Finn Moffat will give us a stoppage with 8:49 left in the second. Quickly on it, settling it down for St. Catharines back to the line. Pass up top. Elliott, rebound out front. What a stop by Finn Moffat. He gets dumped on as that's Atkinson out front. Thorpe gives him a shot for landing on his netminder. Plays that one back in. Kissel's first taste of this great rivalry. Picked up and tangled up still is Thorpe and Atkinson. Atkinson still tangled up as the puck going back the other way. As Thorpe and Atkinson finally separate and head off their separate ways. Valancourt, who wears 26, playing against his former team. Petrovsky, he'll turn the puck over. He crunches his former line mate, and Petrovsky takes the seat. Far side of the ice it comes. Good lead pass. Tries to feather it out front. Bouncing puck, and that one almost went in the back door. Dying stages now, 10 seconds. The bench almost screaming at him to get it on goal. Tonelli the shot. Pepperell has time. The shot, but a great stop into the glove of Saranac. In across the line, Tate Donald. He works in. Donald the shot. Big, juicy rebound. He gets it himself. Follow-up attempt, and it bounces over the stick. St. Catharines a 2-1 lead here under the spotlight on a Saturday night at the Leisure Plex. Masterson takes a run at his man. Valancourt, another big hit. And one more from Kerr. Bodies just flying here at the Plex. He works in across the line. Takes his options. Tries to get to the cross. Not going to go anywhere, though. Fisher. He has his pocket pick. Back to the line for Erie, and right at the mitt as he gets dumped right in the middle. Quickly up is Pepperell, and now they're going to grab each other's face masks. But I don't think any punches are going to be thrown here. Pepperell all tangled up as he rips his helmet off. But again, nothing coming here as the Meteors bucket comes off with 9:10 to go in the third. Face-off coming inside the zone. Nick Passero right now all fired up at the officiating staff, wondering how is there a power play coming from that scrum, as the Mets will be down a man here with 9:10 to go. Still having a lengthy conversation with the official Nick Swab, not agreeing with the call, but regardless, it'll be a 5-on-4 situation for the Falcons in a 2-1 game. Far side. Trying to work in, gets it down low, right, trying to shovel it home. Petrovsky not going to get it on goal. Into the slot, opening up his Bell. He touches it for Schonbacher. Back to Bell into the skates. One more to the back door, up top for Bell. Bell works in near side, and Moffat not a lot on the shot from Mustafai, but a good stop from Moffat. And now another pushing and shoving and another Meteor penalty. Tonelli heads off a roughing minor. And this game could explode here at any moment as Petrovsky goes down again. And the Mets go to a stacked penalty situation with 8:30 to go here in the third. Ryland Masterson here trying to settle things down, getting an explanation from Pete Kostick, a veteran official in this league. It's a 2-1 St. Catharines game. St. Catharines on a 5-on-3 for 1:20, and then another full 2-minute penalty. 10 seconds left in this 5-on-3 before it'll be a 5-on-4. One-timer the shot, that one blocked, and a terrific block from Masterson. 3 to go in the 5-on-3. They'll get it down low. One more, and that one wide of the goal. And the crowd gets on their feet now as we're back to 5-on-4. A terrific kill from the Mets. The puck sent down the ice, and oh boy, St. Catharines missed the golden opportunity. Lockyer looks for options. Finds Mustafai up top. Lockyer once again. How about 5 to go in the penalty? And a nice stop, Moffat. The Mets have killed off this power play as well. What an effort from Nick Passero's hockey club. A pivotal point in this hockey game. Cressman. Donald tries to get it on goal. Big rebound out front. Zimmerman takes a whack, and it's played behind the goal. Mateer out front. Fort Erie. Momentum shifting inside with 3:55 to go. Tonelli works in. Trying to erupt this crowd. He's done so many times in this building. Masterson leans into one, a blocker save. Schmidt able to get the rebound. Up top, Masterson again. He wants another shot. Blocked by Elliott. That's a terrific block from a first-year player. Near side, Schmidt through traffic. That one easily seen and played by Saranac into the corner. Look out as that's an awkward collision far corner. 2 minutes, 25 seconds to go in a 2-1 St. Catharines game under the spotlight. Right now, Nick Passero has drawn up a final play here, an offensive zone faceoff incoming for the Mets. It's a 2-1 lead. You have to think where they're going if they lose the draw. Everything is coming on net for Fort Erie, who are buzzing late stages of this spotlight game. Battle here on the near wall. Everybody except 2 Falcons and 1 Met collide on the puck. This will be flipped high with 30 to go on the clock. Masterson spins away. Good feed into the middle. Tonelli. Here comes Sam Tonelli. Nice feed. Left wing side the shot, and he pulls it wide. Zimmerman wanted it. Back to the line, Masterson. Masterson can't get it on goal. Adamo couldn't handle the puck. Again, St. Catharines will try to eat it with 10 seconds on the clock. Near side it comes. Back to the line for Masterson. Leans into one, but it's a terrific block, Petrovsky. Masterson again. Loose puck in the slot. Bounces in. 1 second to go, and the horn sounds. The Falcons hang on, and they take it by a final score of 2-1. A 5-on-3 where the Falcons couldn't capitalize, followed by an additional 2-minute power play. Nothing. But it's the defense and Saranac who holds on. A 2-1 final under the spotlight. And the undefeated in regulation time St. Catharines Falcons stay perfect. Another win as they take it by a final score of 2-1.
Obviously, when 2 good teams go at it like that, you're always bound to have a good competitive game. And I thought we stuck to the plan and came away with the 2 points. It's just doing whatever it takes to win. I know I can contribute on the offensive side, but I love closing out games more, so I was happy to do that. I mean, that's what you live for, right? Sliding over, blocking a shot like that to beat Fort Erie on a Saturday night in Fort Erie. Couldn't want it any other way.
As a lot of coaches in this league and staff members, a lot of us have careers outside of this rink, so we have to remind ourselves as to why we find the time to be able to get to the rink 5-6 days a week and sacrifice other things. And the young man on my right is a pretty good example of the whys. We don't just win hockey games, like we try and build relationships in our dressing room, and mine is pretty special with Calvin. There's been a lot of communication, a lot of talking behind the scenes over the last 3 or 4 years to lead to moments like this. It always hasn't been easy, right, Cal? But as you work through those things, and then he starts to understand how it works and the fruits of his labor, and how being responsible will reward you in other ways. He scored a big game winner tonight. At the end of the day, like he's the reason we won tonight's game. It doesn't go in, we don't win 2-1. But more importantly, can be on in any circumstance. And he's here, and he wears that crest to be on for the last 2 minutes of the game tonight. He got 4 or 5 pucks out with that goal he pulled. Wasn't selfish, wasn't taking icings, putting that puck down the ice. He made sure that he put it in soft spots, made them regroup, blocked another shot, got it out, and just rinse and repeat. And that's 4 years in the making, but man, it's a pleasure to coach this young man. First and foremost, thanks to our hosts. We love coming into Fort Erie. They always got a good crowd. Our boys get behind that stuff. I mean, they're young guys. They want to play in front of a screaming crowd, and to have those moments at the end of the game is important. But no, we knew it was a test tonight. We haven't played Fort Erie yet. We haven't played Caledonia. We wanted to see how we matched up against another top tier team in our conference, and saw a lot. And I'm pretty happy. On a night where we weren't able to score a lot of goals, it's really nice to learn about your young team, that you can keep pucks out of the net on this big ice. That's our biggest teachable tonight.
I think as a team, we definitely battled really hard, or harder than we have been in games. That is also a pretty good team. So it's two big teams going at it. They got the luckier end of the stick this time. We play them 3 more times in a couple weeks, so we're looking to bounce back in those games. But yeah, I mean, tonight, not the way we wanted it to end, but good game from us. We practice 4 times a week every week, so we've gotten pretty tight as a group so far. Like this early in the season as a team, we've gotten pretty close. And I mean, we have a good amount of returning guys that were here last year, and a lot of guys that are been in this league for quite some time. So as a team, I think we're a lot tighter than most right now this early in the season. But yeah, we just got to keep pushing, keep putting the right foot forward.
You could pretty much write a script for every time we play these guys. It's tight, it's hard checking, good goaltending. So we just came up short today. I think we pushed at the right times. We just couldn't find a way to break through there. They score first. We come back with a nice one there, to end the first period, and we just couldn't really find that second one. And it wasn't even getting to the next gear. I thought our guys pushed. I just talked to Tone in the hallway there, and I said, different points of the night, we had a different number one line, totally, right? So I was impressed with our group. We've been inconsistent. And we got to find some consistency, and we've played some tough teams here, and we got to find ways to win. I think our consistency comes in our preparation, right? Like, they're kids, and for them to prepare all week for a team like St. Catharines, it's a little bit different than preparing for other teams. They know what it takes to beat these guys and to play with them. So our preparation was, a lot more dialed in this week, and that just comes with playing, your rivals and stuff like that. And, they're human beings. It's tough to be 100% all the time, and this week I think they were really dialed in, and we pushed the pace at practice, and we got to find ways to score. That's it. But we're scoring a lot of goals this year, so it's tough to blame it on that tonight. They defend hard, we defend hard, and that's the rivalry here.
I think every time we play, it's going to be close. We play pretty similar styles. We've been struggling a little bit here in the first month or so, and I think it was a measuring stick game for us. And I mean, I give it to our guys. They played great. So did those guys. It was good. I don't love how the game ended. I mean, it's a tight one, but I think there was some stuff in the third that could have been cleaned up as a whole. I can't fault anyone on the ice. Okay, there's a lot of emotion in that game, and I thought everybody was good and ready to go, and we came up on the short end of it. But we'll be back, and we'll play those guys pretty soon here, and we're looking forward to it.
Fort Erie is like the most welcoming, greatest place to play in front, like fans, everything, just to play for, in front of. They bring everything. They bring a lot, right? You go out in the town and whatever, and you're always talking to someone about the game and the room, and just I wouldn't change the last 5 years of my life for anything. I'm happy where I played my junior career, and I wouldn't change it for a thing.
Guy like Hunter Coley, he's a favorite of mine. He's a favorite of his teammates. Just someone that comes with a smile on his face, and really pushes our group forward. And last week, had a 4-goal game, which is pretty special. And he battles, some injuries that other guys probably don't battle. And he works hard and always comes to the rink. He's the glue. That's what I call him. He's the glue guy, and someone that deserves recognition. And I brought Sam up here because of the things he's doing, and Hunter can sit right beside us. Hunter's a great kid coming from a great family, and his future is very bright.